All right, I want to move on to another equally important issue, that's water and the Murray Darling Basin. Now, so much of the focus, as I said, has been on coronavirus. On Monday morning, though, a draft report was released regarding the Murray Darling Basin Water Plan. The Minister for Resources, Water and Northern Australia, Keith Pitt, joins us now to talk through what this all means, and particularly for farmers and growers, because I think after the last couple of days in supermarkets, I hope Australians absolutely appreciate what our farmers do. Keith Pitt, thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Oh, Peter, great to be with you. Great to be with your viewers.
All right, tell me about this draft plan. What's the usual consultation process? What's been the response, particularly of growers in the horticultural sector? And what's in it that might be different than before in the Murray Darling Basin plan?
Well, we have a number of reports coming in over coming weeks. The current one is known as the Sefton report. It's been put together by Robbie Sefton and a number of others. So the draft report was released on Monday. It's now available for people to make comment on for another week, and I'd certainly encourage individuals to do that. But the fundamentals are that there has been issues in terms of socio-economic issues in various parts of the basin. Now that, combined with the drought, has obviously made for some very challenging conditions in particular locations. So I'm very pleased we've had some rain. Obviously it's not drought breaking in a lot of locations, but it is a positive. And I'm looking forward to seeing what people have to say about the Sefton report before government provides a response.
Just when I looked at some of the commentary about the report, Minister, experts commissioned by the panel in the report have forecast a 55% drop in dairy production in the southern part of the basin and almost a third drop in the rice production. That's got to be concerning. We can, as I said, look at the issue with our supermarket supply chain now. It's certainly under pressure, but these are foodstuffs more and more. I think Australians are saying we've got to grow here and we've got to have more grown here, not less.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say to all of your viewers that we have adequate food supplies, ample food supplies. Australia produces some $60 billion worth of agricultural products, roughly. We export about $48 billion. We're certainly not going to run out of food. Now, the combination of drought and, of course, water supplies and availability has meant changes in production in a number of areas around the Murray Darling Basin. That is agriculture, that is the nature of it. It is what happens on occasions. We've had some positive news with rain in Queensland, which is flowing down into the Darling, into Menindee Lakes and elsewhere. So that is positive. But what I want to do is garner all of these reports together. We have the Sefton report. We have a Mick Kelty's report coming up soon, along with a report by the ACCC in terms of water trading. The government will then make some decisions and I will act on them.
Well, Minister, I know what you're like privately, and I don't want you to turn into a yes minister. I'm not suggesting you are, but, this is what happens when too many people get into cabinet. We've got the issue of the Paradise Dam in your electorate, where the Queensland Labor government want to make a great big dam smaller because they haven't got the wherewithal in their budget under Jackie Trad to fix it. We know all the issues with water. They've long abounded, but we can see now when we're vulnerable as we are with this health crisis, we need to be more self-reliant than ever before. And we know too now in Victoria they're going to allow, they've overturned the ban on conventional gas mining. Do you think all the current travails of the last couple of weeks are going to make us more determined to look after ourselves and not be at the whim of energy pricing and energy exports and droughts and water when we can prevent so much of it here in Australia?
Peter, I've had a long-held view, as you know, that we do need to return manufacturing to Australia, and I think this is a critical time for our country. Australia is a resilient nation. It's full of resilient people. We'll come through the current challenges, and everything we can do around the gas price, the domestic gas price, particularly in Victoria. And I will congratulate the Victorian government. They've made a science-based decision. I would have liked them to include non-conventional gas, but a step forward is a step forward. That will be good for industry and good for the domestic groups down there as well in terms of pricing. In adversity there is opportunity, and I think we have an opportunity now to make some decisions which ensure our major projects go forward, that they are not restricted, particularly around green lawfare and other issues. But right now we're focused on the immediate health problem, but there are a number of us working on what happens as we come through this to further drive our economy and ensure we've got many, many jobs into the future.
Well, Keith Pitt, don't change. Don't suddenly turn into a minister that doesn't act and respond like the old backbencher I know you are. I really appreciate your time tonight.
It's great to be with you, Peter. Great to be with your viewers.